Hello, in this video we will discuss about the flow of energy and material in ecosystem. So what is the ecosystem? We will also learn about that. So the ecosystem is the different population are present in the same place at the same time. So different ecosystem made different ecosystem will made a biosphere. So here is in an ecosystem, the energy as well as the material travel from one trophic level to the next trophic level, food level, in the level at which an organism feed in food chain. So in this way, you can see that what is trophic level? Trophic level mean the specific energy consuming or energy producing state. So here is the light will fall on the earth, and it is in the form of light energy or solar energy, and it will be fall on the tree. So remember, 1% light can be captured fall on the earth, while the other light will emit as a heat in the universe. So here is the earth contain biosphere consume light to chemical energy during photosynthesis, and 1% of that 1% light will consume 1% through plant, while the heat energy will be emitted in the form of heat energy in the universe. So it means that daily 1% light contain the 1% of the consumption light, while the 99% will be emitted. So here is the producer will consume this light during the photosynthesis. After this photosynthesis, let's begin to understand a little bit about the photosynthesis mechanism. So light will be fall on the plant cell containing organelles known as chloroplast contain chlorophyll in the thylakoid membrane, and the light will fall. Here is the outer membrane and here is the thylakoid membrane, and this is the stroma used for the dark reaction for production of glucose, while here the thylakoid membrane will be used for the light reaction and produce oxygen through a photolysis of the water. So in this way, in the presence of photon, that will be lysis of water will produce electron, proton, as well as the oxygen. Oxygen will move into the atmosphere for clearance, so the 21% oxygen are present in the atmosphere, while the carbon dioxide fix in the dark reaction to produce glucose, fats, protein. So this is the chemical energy which that is come from the light energy. So side note, here is the law of thermodynamics means energy not destroy, not created, but change their shape from one to another. For example, potential to the kinetic. So input of the energy, second law is the input of the energy not equal to output for working due to heat and digestion, etc. So that is why the machines can be give the more output as compared to the human, because human use for the reproduction as well as digestion and growth and development. So the mechanical energy will not equal. So here is, you can see, this is the next trophic level is the herbivores. This is the primary consumer and also produce heat, and in this way the sheep, which that is the herbivores, will grazing the grass. It is autotrophic lifestyle depend herbivores depend to the autotrophic lifestyle, autotrophic organism. And in this way the chemical energy intake from cattle, sheep, cow, rabbit as an organic food. Grass contains sugar, starch, amino acids, protein and fats and ions and mineral, all this essential for normal life of grazing animal. For example, the herbivores, this is the primary consumer, remember. So after this primary consumer, we will discuss about the secondary consumer. What that means? That means we are understanding the flow of energy and material in ecosystem. So after this, body activity will produce more heat and function, and in this way here is the carnivores. Carnivores can be a secondary consumer. So in this way, lion is the carnivores will depend to the sheep or depend to the deer, and eat meat of herbivores, and it depend to the herbivores, and the herbivores depend to the herbs, shrub and tree. That is the autotroph. So in this way, here is the carnivores. These carnivores are secondary consumer and depend to the primary consumer. And herbivores like sparrow eat grass, hoppers, and this is the secondary consumer, and it is carnivores. Lion eat sheep or deers, so that is why it is the carnivores. And carnivores get energy through hunting prey, required more work hard than herbivores, so that is secondary consumer, which that require more work because the predation require more energy, so their survivalship is more difficult as compared to the sheep, as compared to the herbivores and autotrophs. So the further on going to more difficult life. So in this way, the basically um, uh, carnivores survive very difficult. For example, the lion will predation missing will lead to next predation will be more difficult. So the body activity will produce heat and mechanical energy for doing something, for doing new predation. So in this way, here is the omnivores. What is the omnivores? Human including omnivores including humans, and it is the tertiary consumers. What is tertiary consumer? Tertiary consumer depend to the plant as well as the herbivores and carnivores, and it is the multiple dependency and produce heat obviously, and in this way the input will be not equal to output according to the law of thermodynamics. So here is the omnivore, the tertiary consumer. In this way, the omnivores eat every type of food like meat, egg, grass, fruit, grains through farming and hunting. Prey omnivores are those animals which are complex, long-aged, and they can get complete nutrition through every type of food, like Homo sapien, which that is a more aging and more aged, and it means it live longer more. And in this way, the crow, etc., which that is the omnivores and live longer due to the nutritional efficiency. So in this way, you can understand that next is the last one. After we will die, after the plant will be die, omnivores will be die, and carnivores will be die. In this way, here is the decomposer will be occur. Decomposer, without decomposer, the earth is impossible to clear the pollution, because the pollution is due to the dead organic matter will be not if clear, so it means the pollution will be increased. So the fungi and bacteria is the major example for the decomposer. So the fungi is play important role for the decomposition matter consume and grow, while the bacteria will decompose the dead organic matter. So in this way, here is the decomposer important for ecosystem due to clearance the debris and pollution after death of omnivores. Carnivores even produces plant and prokaryotic decomposers, those bacteria which that decomposes the dead organic material, and nitrogen fixing bacteria in the plant roots nodule fix the nitrogen through atmospheric nitrogen into organic matter for assimilation to plant protein. So in this way, remember about that this is the flow of energy and material in ecosystem. In an ecosystem, energy as well as material travel from one trophic level to the next. So the summary we will discuss next now. So in summary, you can understand that easily, and in this way, the nitrogen here is the last one is the fix the nitrogen fixing bacteria as well as the decomposer. So the summary we will discuss. So the let's begin to understand from producer. Producer is a plant because it contains chlorophyll in the form of chloroplast organelle, but the consumer do not contain the chlorophyll in their cell. So that is why the photosynthesis is impossible. And plants use light energy to photosynthesis and to produce food. And primary consumer is the primary consumer consume producer through grazing or fruiting and fruit consumption. And secondary consumer is the secondary consumers eat primary consumer and through prey or grazing insect. For example, the you can understand that animal. I don't know about the example of animal, but you can understand. So here is the tertiary consumer. This tertiary consumer eats secondary consumer and primary consumer and producer also. So it means the omnivores is the tertiary consumer. So remember about that, because it depend multiple trophic levels. So I hope you make sense about these things, and next video we will discuss also about the interaction in ecosystem, but that is the lengthy topic. So I hope you make sense. Bye, thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe.